So, this is a rarity. Talking about a newly released horror movie during this time of year. I was worried when I was initially making out my schedule as to what I was going to talk about during October. And I'm like, oh, there's not a lot of horror movies, new horror movies that I'm going to talk about. So I was like, okay, I'm all right with talking about some uh, some older films, but I was like, I hope there's like some new horror movies that I get to talk about. And luckily, there is. My name is Daniel Strunk. Welcome to QuickTime Reactions, and welcome back to Noobs for Horror October, where I, a relative noob in the world of horror, take you down this windy, wacky road of spooks and scares throughout the month of October. And yeah, we have a brand new horror movie in October to talk about. And of course, I'm talking about Black Phone 2. This is the sequel to the very first Black Phone movie, which came out, I think, a couple years back. I think 2022, I want to say. I almost said 21, but I don't think it's 21. I think it's 22. And of course, we have Mason Thames and Madeline McGraw returning in this movie, as well as Jeremy Davis, who plays their father. But we also have some new additions to the cast. We have Damien Bincher. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. Miguel Mora, Ariana Rivas, Maeve Beatty, as well as, of course, Ethan Hawke returning as the grabber. But in this movie, we have Finney and Gwen. Gwen is starting to have more dreams about the grabber and more about some missing kids that went missing at this youth camp that is also a Christian youth camp as well. But along with Gwen having more and more disturbing nightmares, Finney is also haunted by his past, with the grabber seemingly coming back in the dream world to try and take out Gwen. So, will the grabber be successful in taking out Gwen, or will the siblings be able to fight this evil and deal with him once and for all? So, the first Black Phone movie, I absolutely loved. I thought it was really, really cool and really unique at that time. And there goes my AC again. I have to talk just that little bit louder. Um, so I absolutely loved it. I loved how unique it was, but also kind of relying on tropes that we've seen before in the past, because the first movie was based off of a book or a short story that was done by Joe Hill, who is, I think, a son to Stephen King. So the tropes kind of make a little bit of sense. Um, but for this movie, the I guess the story isn't, well, it is original because it's not based off of a book. Excuse me, but I remember, I think it was Dead Meat who did, they got the chance to talk with one of the writers for this movie, C. Robert Cargill. And I think he talked with Joe Hill, and uh, Robert Cargill basically gave kind of the outline for this movie of, like, what if the grabber came back and decided to haunt Gwen in her dreams. And Hill was like, yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. And then they went on to make this movie. And of course, C. Robert Cargill and Scott Derrickson returned to write this, as well as Derrickson directing this. Which I'm going to start off right there in my review. Derrickson especially when he is in the horror genre, in the horror sphere. Um, he is probably one of the best in the horror sphere. From his work with Sinister to his first, to the first Black Phone, I believe he did Exorcist of Emily Rose, to now this. Like, he has a style, and I love it so much. The dream sequences are shot with 8mm film, and I love the way that he uses that distinction of, like, okay, the 8mm stuff is dreams, and with the digital stuff, that's real life. The way he transitions from the 8mm footage to real to the digital footage is so seamless. Like, it is so good. I do not understand how you are able to transition that well from film to digital. It absolutely blew my mind, and it was like one of the coolest things in the movie as a whole. I also think their writing in this is also really, really good. The villain has a good motivation to come back. He's mad that he got killed, and he wants his revenge. It's simple enough. And he's now going after the other sibling while still kind of getting revenge on, the kid that took him out. Like, perfect. Damien Beechers, again, I hope I'm saying his last name right. I really liked his character in this. We get to learn his story in a big scene that happens inside of the church that's in the camp. We get to learn a lot about his character and, why he's there, why he's been there for so many years. And I thought that was a really nice wrinkle to his character that I really, really appreciated, and gave him some depth that I was not expecting from this character. And the relationship between the siblings, I thought, was really, really good in this. Finney and Gwen, of course, are going to have those tendencies of, like, picking on each other and, trying to look out for one another. But they really care about each other. Gwen wanting Finney to, just face his fears, about what happened to him. But Finney also being, the protective, big brother, doesn't want to see, the grabber, basically, kill his sister. You don't want that to happen. So they both have something that they're fighting for, which then leads me to the performances in this. Absolutely amazing performances. Like Ethan Hawke, he's great as the grabber. He's fantastic. Damien Beecher, like I said, he does an absolutely amazing job. Mason Thames, also an amazing job. But the real star of this movie, Madeline McGraw, she absolutely was awesome in this movie. There are plenty of moments where it is basically kind of a showcase for her, and it absolutely amazed me. It was so awesome to, because I remember what she was, or how she was in that first movie. Not to say that she was bad, but she wasn't like the primary focus of that first movie. But here it's mainly about her, and so she gets that time to shine, and she runs with it, and she's absolutely awesome in this. I also wanted to talk about the score done by Atticus Derrickson, which I assume is Scott's son. But I thought he did an absolutely amazing job with the score, making it terrifying but also modern as well. And I thought he did a really good job of kind of setting an atmosphere for this movie. And he just did an absolutely awesome job with the soundtrack. So I wanted to highlight that and give him his due diligence for that. But yeah, Black Phone 2 is definitely a worthy sequel to the first one. I don't think it beats the first one, but it is really, really close. Really good performances in the cast, really good writing, really good direction, a really good soundtrack to boot. If you are wanting your spookies for the month of October, then I would definitely go check out Black Phone 2 in theaters, because it is very, I wouldn't say very scary, but it does have a couple of scares in it, and it's just a really, really good follow up to that first movie, which was also very, very good. But what did you guys think of Black Phone 2? Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my review. Be safe out there, guys, and if you have a hunch that there are like some kids that went missing at a camp, my suggestion is that you go in the complete opposite direction of that camp, and you don't go there, so that you don't invite that kind of evil into your life, because dealing with that kind of evil, that is way too much of a headache for me, and I don't want to deal with it, and I don't think you do either. So just don't invite that evil into your life. And I will catch you guys next time.